here today. We're gonna open the hives today. So I haven't opened and gone down in there yet. It's been 5 weeks, so tomorrow is 5 weeks. So a lot of activity going on. I'll give you a view of what's going on here. So just about every day, this is just crazy activity. Lots of coming and going, lots of pollen coming back into the hive. I'm still feeding them. They've been eating probably about that much every week, I would say. So I'm going to continue to feed them. A lot of what I've read and watched online is that you should feed them generally through the first year, so we'll keep feeding them. So the other thing that we're going to do today is actually do an inspection and look down inside that bottom brood box and see if they've filled up the other 5 frames that we put in there. So we got 5 frames from the apiary that we bought the bees from, and we added 5 empty ones in there. So we'll have a look down inside here. I also supplemented some of the feeding for them here a couple weeks ago. I bought some of the pollen patties and put those in here. We've got to go ahead and lift all this off and have a look down inside and add a second brood box on top, see how they're doing. Also, I made this piece of wood. We can get this out of here. Made this piece of wood as a sure, don't squish anybody. As a holder, so I could put those feeders down inside on the top of the hive. I read a lot of reviews of the in-hive feeders, and most of them were not very good. So I went ahead and made this little one, and those feeders I can move to the inside. So maybe we'll go ahead and do that today as well. Go ahead and take that, Jace. Did we bring that brush out? Yeah, hand me that brush. Get these guys off of here. This is the secondary brood box that's going to go. I'll set this up. Actually, look. Just sit on the ground for a minute. Because this needs to come off. So see if you can get a shot down in here, Jason. I don't know if you can see down in the sides. I think we put this in front. Here, don't block that other entrance or you're going to get bees on you. Can you lift this off of here? Packed, huh? Look at that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they need some more room.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this one out first.
Oh, you're gonna put it in that one?
What we're gonna do is we're just making some room, and yeah, we're gonna take it out and just so we can look down in there.
Oh, okay.
So these were the ones that were full. So they're building comb. Don't see, they don't have any cells made on that one yet, right? So this was my idea, is I'm gonna just set this down in here. So this is a new one.
How many are you taking out?
I just want to look at this one.
Careful.
Wow, it's heavy.
Yeah.
And there's some cells that are open.
Does that mean that the, like, new bees, or?
Alright, so let's carefully put that one back in.
Oh, so are you just gonna space them out more?
No, I'm gonna look at this one, and then we're gonna slide that back over and put that one back in the same place,
And then put one on top?
and then put the bigger box on top. Yep. Wow, look at this.
Careful, that's probably heavy. Wow.
Wow, look at all that, huh?
Wow.
So that's all capped. So those caps, I think, are the drone brood. Ah, so look at that. Those are short frames that he gave us, but they're filling in on the bottom. Look at them all busy with their heads down in those cone holes. Is that focusing good? How about this side? Wow. Alright, so just out of curiosity, I want to see. I smell honey. Oh, you can see how they've really built up the comb. See that?
Yeah, yeah.
So now we're going to slide these back over to make room to put that one back in where it was. Okay, so now we're going to put
We're gonna put that one back on, right?
this on.
And then that one.
We're gonna load these frames up.
Oh, and then put that one on top?
Yep. Get a close up of that one. Maybe that's a drone. Does it have big eyes?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, now put this back on. So now the queen can
go
come
up
up
there.
into that
Yeah.
second box
Yeah.
and start. But we'll go ahead and close this one up for now. Very good. definitely less activity on this side. So definitely not as much on this one. You can see like this one is empty. You just look at this side. Oh wow, this one's pretty full. So this is a new one. It's pretty heavy. So that looks like that's a lot of honey, huh?
Oh wow, yeah.
Look at all of them with their heads down in there. Can you get a good close-up of these? You see the ones I'm talking about? So like right in here, look at their heads down in the... Alright, well, we'll go ahead and give them more room too. So I learned some interesting facts in one of the bee books that I'm reading about the pollen. You can see in those close-ups of those bees landing that they have those look like sort of pollen sacs on their legs. Well, they're actually, we call that a pollen basket, and it's actually just a flat part on their leg, and there's little bristles that act to hold all of the pollen that they're carrying back to the hive. And basically the little flat part of their leg is surrounded by these bristles that hold it. And as the bees fly, they generate a slight positive charge, like static electricity, and the pollen, the slight negative charge, sticks to them all over their bodies. So then when they're getting ready to come back to the hive, they take a little bit of nectar from their mouth and they use their legs and push all of that pollen down into that pollen basket so that they can come back to the hive. And then when they get back in there, there's worker bees that will actually help them get that pollen out and pack it down into the cells that they're saving for food. And each one of those little pollen balls, those little granules in their pollen basket, could have up to 1 million grains of pollen. So that's pretty crazy to think about how many trips that was to accumulate 1 million grains. Alright, so then this will go on top like this. Does that line up right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to carefully take this out. And we're going to set that inside here. This will slide right in here so it doesn't fall over. There we go. So some of the people that had seen one of my first videos said that I should put the hive feeder, or put the feeder inside to help discourage other bees from coming and robbing. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. right, so that's week 5, and they seem to be doing pretty good. So we'll check back and see if they start to move up and start acting or working, and the queen starts laying up in that next frame up. And there's still a little bit of room in the bottom, but it wouldn't hurt to give them a little bit more room. See if I can